Hi, Dyslexic Genius here. What I'm going to talk about is a Sonora phonograph, the one I'm working on. And this is the winding crank gear. And this is the ratchet paw assembly here. When you take them apart, you want to lube the shaft for the two castings with STP because there's no other way to get in here. And this was highly worn. You also want this brass bearing here. This is just a spacer bearing. You want to put that on a piece of sandpaper and twirl around on both edges to get any wear marks out of it. But one thing that's critical on these are these spindle shafts, because these spindle shafts have that little ball bearing that fits into this hole. Now, this is the top side of the casting, and this is the bottom side. And this comes through here like this. And that little ball bearing runs on this little bracket. And you can see that little tiny shiny piece in the middle here, barely. That's where the ball bearing runs. So you're going to put this in, and then they have a cover plate. And you need to take these apart on your machines to clean all the dirt out of these two cover plates. Where that ball bearing rests on that piece, you really need to take all that apart and clean it all out, because you don't want it running in icky poo that people don't ever clean. There we go. We want to tighten these two down. So now on assembly, we know that the end of the spindle shaft with the ball bearing here fits in here. So what we want to do is we want to put a little bit of sewing machine oil in here on assembly. And you want to put a little sewing machine oil on this. Is this little ball bearing? Sits right here, and that thing can walk away on you.
So you put the ball bearing in, and then you put that top piece on?
Then you put the top piece on, like that. But you want to put just a little dab of oil in there, because if you drop the, see how that comes out? You have to be very careful with that ball bearing and make sure everything's done. So on assembly, a little sewing machine oil, right here a little sewing machine oil, put the ball bearing in, put everything in assembly, make sure that's spinning and hasn't fallen out, and you'll be good to go. And that's my tip for the day.